The following is a special presentation of Big Pauly's World of Sports Sims, alternating the reality of sports and entertainment since 2020. And welcome to today's installment of the Hometown Baseball League, which we do on the weekends. As we set up for the second Saturday of the HTBL season. 2 weeks ago, we brought you two opening day games. A week ago, we brought you two games from the first Saturday of the season. And now we're going to bring you, this is the first time I'm using my new headset here, so just give me a moment to adjust a couple of things. There we go, up to 80%, that's what I want. And today we're going to play a couple of games. You'll see one of those games tomorrow if you are watching this on Saturday the 19th of February. At 1 o'clock on Sunday, we'll get that out before the Indy 500, not the Indy 500, Daytona 500 starts. We're going to do Toronto and Philadelphia today. First, let's give you the standings real quick as I switch screens. I still remember how to do that, right? Right. Philadelphia and Montreal are atop the Eastern Division at 6-3. New York and Boston and Baltimore back at 5-4. As I do a couple of things here administratively. Okay. Looking at that. Okay, good. Economic impact payment. Oh, okay. So I'm trying to do a few things on the fly here. I probably did this a little early. In the Mideast, it's Cleveland over Detroit, Tampa Bay, and Atlanta by one game. Cleveland leading at 6-3. San Francisco is off to the best start of anybody in the HTBL. They lead Colorado by 2 games, and the Major League Castaways by 3. Houston is leading a very solid Midwest division with St. Louis 2 games behind. Texas is 2 games behind. But we've only played 9 games, so everybody will still be in contention for a long way to go as we head through these next few weeks of the season. Heine Groh leading in batting average. Greg Vaughn has hit 5 home runs. Amos Otis, 15 RBIs, some of your leaders. Frank Viola still has a perfect ERA with 0. What else has happened here? OPS, Heine Groh is leading. Carl Crawford has stolen 4 bases. Philadephia is scoring the most runs and has the best team batting average. Mickey Lolich leading a bunch with 2 wins. Rob Nen leading with 5 saves. 2 Boston Red Sox leading in strikeouts, Cy Young and Charlie Buffington. We have a bunch of players with 18 innings pitched. A bunch of players with 1 shutout. Boston has the best ERA right now. So let's set up Toronto and Philadelphia. And they do their spring training very close to each other. Philadelphia out of Clearwater and Toronto out of Dunedin, which is just to the north of Clearwater. And I will set up the lineups. I have to set up the lineups for both teams for it to take 100 players on the roster. Sam Weaver is going to get the start for Philadelphia, and for Toronto it is going to be Ricky Romero, and you'll hear the double tones again.
Pitching for Philadelphia, Sam Weaver.
And off we go. We
Toronto,
will.
Second baseman, Roberto Alomar.
I'm sorry, Mr. PA announcer.
Play ball!
Here is your lineup for Toronto. Alomar leading off, as you just heard, at second base. Shannon Stewart in left field. He bats second. Tony Fernandez at short, batting third. Fred McGriff out of the Tampa Bay area. He is your cleanup guy, hitting first. Bautista in right bats 5th. Wells is at center batting 6th. Kelly Gruber is at 7th is the 7th batter. He is at third base. Borders is the catcher batting 8th. And in the HTBL, the pitchers hit, so Romero will hit 9th. Defensively for Philly, it's Delahanty, a 6 and a 5 arm. He is in left field. Richie Ashburn, old putt-putt, 8 and a 6 in center. Bobby Abreu, a 6 and an 8 in right. Dick Allen is a 4 at third base. Eddie Juice, the Philadephia A, he is a 6 at shortstop. This is a combination of Philadelphia A's when they played in Philadelphia from the early 1950s and backwards. Chase Utley, a 9 at second. Jimmy Fox, first baseman, is a 6. Behind the plate is Bob Boone, the catcher, a 7 arm, and Weaver has a 5 defensive pitcher rating, and you see his stats there. Comes into the game with 1 win, 11 and 2/3 innings pitched, so he went deep into a game in his first start. His ERA 6.17, the WHIP 1.286, and opponents are hitting 273 off of Weaver. And I have to set up the option so I am not controlling Toronto, but I am controlling Pittsburgh. And here's Alomar, 256 so far on this young HTBL season, what we call 1.1. 10 for 39, a homer, 3 RBIs.
Ball 4.
And Alomar is
fielder,
aboard on the base
Shannon
on balls.
Stewart.
Shannon Shooter stepping. Shannon Stewart is your next hitter for Toronto. He's hitting .364 on this young season, 8 for 22, a homer, and 3 RBIs. And Alomar, 36% chance of stealing a base, so I'll just pitch. Fox to the bag, unassisted. Alomar will move to second
Tony
for the first out.
Fernandez.
Tony Fernandez, as I brush my coffee cup against the microphone. I'm recording this about 8:30 in the morning, Eastern Time. 8:21 to be precise right now. Tony Fernandez is 6 for 24, no homers and 4 RBIs. The pitch to Fernandez. Grounded to the shortstop. Juiced will throw to Fox and get the second out.
First baseman, Fred McGriff.
Now, if the batteries die on this USB headset I'm wearing, I do have my other headset plugged in, so I could switch to that after a pause. McGriff, 1 for 6 on the season. Hasn't really seen a lot of playing time, which is surprising. And I'm going to pitch around him with 2 outs. Ball 4.
Right fielder, Jose Bautista.
Bautista is up. By the way, Weaver can go 145 pitches, so don't worry about him. He'll go as long as you ask him to. Bautista 3 for 9. No homers, 1 ribby. OPS of 982. Grounded. Utley over to first, and Philly gets out
Pitching
unscathed.
for Toronto, Ricky Romero. Leading off for Philadelphia, right fielder, Bobby Abreu.
Abreu leading off. He is in right field. We'll go through the batting order. Ashburn, who probably should be leading off, he's the center fielder batting second. Delahanty in left batting third. Jimmy Fox at first batting fourth. Allen is at third base batting fifth. Utley, the second baseman, batting sixth. Juiced, shortstop, batting seventh. Bob Boone probably should be a little higher in the lineup, if you ask me. Is your catcher batting eighth, and Weaver, the pitcher, batting ninth. Defensively, Toronto lays out like this. Stewart is a 7 with a 3 arm in left. Wells, an 8 and a 6. In center at right, it's Jose Bautista. We also used to play for the Phillies. He could play 3 positions. He's playing right today, a 6 and a 7 in right. Gruber is an 8 at third. Fernandez is a 9 at shortstop. Alomar an 8 at second. McGriff a 6 at first base. Borders a 7 with a 5 arm. He is the catcher, and Romero a 6 at the pitcher's mound. And Abreu leading off. 387 so far this season, 12 for 31, no homers, 5 RBIs, and an OPS of 942. Grounded right back
Center
to the pitcher.
Fielder, Richie
And that's
Ashburn.
the first out as he throws to the first baseman. Ashburn is 5 for 30, 167 on the season. His OPS a very measly 509. Grounded to third. Can Gruber make the throw over to first? He can.
Left
And there's
fielder,
2 outs.
Delahanty.
Delahanty now up. He's hitting .444. He's only had 9 at-bats this season. And he has 2 homers and 7 RBIs. His OPS way up there at 1.944. Romero deals. Liner right to Fernandez for the third out.
Vernon,
That only
Wells.
took Romero 9 pitches. He can go 120 today. And we go to the top of the second, no score. Wells is up for Toronto. He's so far on this year only 2 for 22, so Beaver is going to get aggressive here with his pitching. Great play by Utley. He throws to first, and that is out number 1
Third baseman,
in the top of the second.
Gruber.
Kelly Gruber is 345, 10 for 29, 6 doubles already this year. 6 of his 10 hits have been doubles, and he has 6 RBIs. He's hitting OPS-wise 993. And that's to Allen, and he just beats
Catcher, Pat.
Gruber to
Borders.
the bag as Fox makes that catch for the putout. 2 out, and now you got Pat Borders up at 333, 4 for 12. His OPS triple sixes. And Fox,
First baseman,
stabs that
Jimmy
ball, throws to Weaver,
Fox.
who covers at the bag, 3-1. And the side retired for Toronto in the second. We have played an inning and a half, and nobody has even gotten a hit yet. We've had 2 walks in the game for Toronto. Jimmy Fox up. He is 0 for 4, seeing his first meaningful playing time this season. Ball 4, and he is aboard.
Third baseman, Dick Allen.
Dick Allen, 250. He's 1 for 4 on the season. And that's strike
Second
3.
baseman, Chase Utley.
Chase Utley is 7 for 25. His OPS is 653. And this is hit to center. Wells going back, makes the play.
Shortstop, Eddie Juiced.
Juiced up. He is 3 for 5 so far this season, a 600 average, 1 homer, 1 ribby, and an OPS way up there at 1950, which was the year the Philadephia won the National League, and that was the last time they would win the National League until 1980 when they won the World Series. Throw, and Fox is in there, a stolen base. I let the computer control the base stealing because sometimes when I do the base stealing, I get it wrong. So I just leave it up to the computer. And Fox is aboard at second base. Want to know the count to Juiced. A wild pitch, and Fox is going to move to third on that. Now, if you're thinking squeeze here, well, there's 2 outs, so you wouldn't think that. But Juiced is a 4-bunter. By the way, the weather in Philadephia, I just saw that the wind is blowing out to center field at 15 miles an hour, a 66-degree day at Citizens Bank Park. And here is the pitch. And that's got a little bounce to it, a base hit. That scores Fox, and it's
Catcher,
1-0.
Bob Boone.
So Juice with an RBI single, and that's going to bring up Bob Boone. 3 for 10 this season, no homers and a ribby. The pitch to him. To Fernandez, and he'll get the force at second base,
Pitcher,
and that'll do
Ricky
it for
Romero.
Philadephia in the second. 1-0 is your score as we head to the top of the third. The pitcher up here is Romero. Let's be aggressive with him. Grounder to Utley, over to first, 1 out. I'll take a commercial break for 15 seconds halfway through the game when we get through the top of the 5th. Alomar back up. He is on the day of, this is his second plate appearance. He walked in the first inning. Skied to center. Ashburn makes the play. 2 outs. That brings up Shannon Stewart, who is 0 for 1 today. Sharply hit, a base hit to left. Poor play by Juice, they're saying, but not an error. So Stewart aboard. He has a 54% steal rate. We'll try a pickoff move. He's in there safely. That reduces his odds to 37. Fernandez is also 0 for 1. To Juiced, can he make the force play at second? He can.
Pitcher, Sam, Weaver.
And Weaver will be up for Philadelphia in the bottom of the third. We've played 2.5 with the score 1-0 Phillies. Weaver up. He is 2 for 5 this season. This is his second start. And yes, my pitcher is about to hit, and I'm fully aware of it. Thank you very much. Grounder to first, and McGriff will take it unassisted. I'm going to turn up my speaker just a little bit to 89. Okay, there. Now I can hear it a little better. Abreu is 0 for 1. Well, I worked in radio for a while, so at my age, 50 years old, you got to start worrying about your hearing. Abreu is 0 for 1. Not that I don't have enough to worry about. Fernandez charges, throws to McGriff. Out is the call. And there are 2 outs now in the Philadelphia third. Ashburn is 0 for 1. Grounder to second. Alomar had to charge that a little bit. Through to McGriff in time. And we have played 3 innings, and the score is Philadelphia 1, Toronto 0. Toronto coming in 4-5 on the season. Philadelphia 6-3. They should be right there with New York when all is said and done in the Eastern Division. We have an Atlantic League and we have a Pacific League. The divisions were geographically set, except the Major League Castaways we put in Anaheim because we thought there would be fewer teams out west. The division winners and the next best 2 teams, the wild card teams, will make the playoffs. All playoff series are a best of 7. And each team will play 162 games. They will play the 13 other teams in their league 12 times, and they will play 2 interleague series. So interleague's not going to be a big factor here. McGriff leading off the 4th, and he is now 1 for 6. He walked in the first inning. This time he hits it to Fox, unassisted to the bag, and the first baseman retires the first baseman for Toronto. And there's 1 out. Batista is 0 for 1. Good power hitter for the Jays. And speaking of the Devil, that is hit well to center. Ashburn back makes the play at the warning track for the second out. Wells is 0 for 1. Grounder to Juice, but Juice bobbles it, and Wells is aboard. And they will rule that E6 on Mr. Juice. Just getting an update. I have a grocery delivery coming in because I'm recording. I always do my groceries. I always get my groceries from Walmart on Friday and have them delivered Saturday. And I thought I could sneak this game in before that happened. They're scheduled to come sometime between 9 and 10. It's 8:31 now. And they have been known, since I have been using them now a little over a year, to come early. So I'm just keeping an eye out for that. Kelly Gruber is 0 for 1. 2 outs, top of the 4th. And that is hit to center. Ashburn has to go back, but he makes the put out. Side retired. We've played 3.5. 1-0 in favor of the Phillies. It's Delahante up. He is 0 for 1. That's a base hit, so he goes 1 for 2 on the day. He'll go for second. He gets in. A double, his second of the year. Tomorrow we're going to have San Francisco, the red-hot San Francisco Giants, a combination of the Giants and the A's when they played in Oakland, in Arizona, in Phoenix to take on the Diamondbacks. Jimmy Fox is up, 0 for 4 this season, and he walked in the second inning. And this is a base hit. Delahante will score, and Fox replaces Delahante at second with a back-to-back doubles. That is the first of the year for Fox, and Philly padding their lead. They are up 2-0 now. Bottom of the 4th, nobody out for Dick Allen, who is 0 for 1, and he's got some power.
Strike 3.
Strike 3 called. That's K number 2 for Romero. And if I'm not mistaken, he has gotten Dick Allen both times. Chase Utley, 7 for 26 on the season now. He is 0 for 1 today.
Strike 3.
That's a strikeout. Back-to-back Ks for Romero, number 3 on the game and number 9 this season. His whip is 1.971 right now. That's not good. Juiced is 1 for 1.
Strike 3.
And he strikes out 3 in a row. Didn't strike out the side because Philadelphia picked up another run. We've played 4. It's 2-0 in favor of Philly. Pat Borders 0 for 1. Grounder. Juice charges. Throws to first. Did he get him? He got him. 1 out. Pitcher is hitting. Romero. He is 0 for 1. And you wonder if the score being what it is, and Romero is at 70 of his 120 pitches. I don't think they'd pull him this early. They don't.
Strike 3.
That's a strike 3. Weaver picking up his first K. A lot of the dead ball era pitchers were not real strikeout masters, but some were. And that is the second K this season for Sam Weaver against 5 walks. So his whip is now down to 1.102. Third time around for Toronto here is Roberto Alomar at second base. He is 0 for 1. Up the middle, a base hit. Ashburn scoops that up. And that is the first hit for Alomar, boosting his batting average to .268. Shannon Stewart, 1 for 2. Alomar was going. He's safe. Second stolen base for Roberto. And I should have been watching for that. You don't tend to watch for stolen bases when the team is 2 runs down. And they ran with 2 outs, so that was kind of surprising. Stewart, 1 for 2. Dick Allen, and the throw to first will be bobbled by Fox. And Stewart moved to second. Alomar went all the way home from second to home on the error. And the runner scores. It's 2-1, and that's the third error of the game for Philadelphia. So they have a little odd line score right now, a 2-3-3. Fernandez 0 for 2. And that's hit the center. Ashburn should make the putout. He does, and we have reached the halfway point of regulation. Your score, Philadelphia 2, Toronto 1, and we will be back right after this 15-second timeout. If you like the video you're watching, feel free to use the Amazon link provided. I'll put it in the description down below. Welcome back, everybody. Big Pauly back with you to start the second half of regulation, and we'll be here for extra innings if so needed. Bob Boone leading off. He is 0 for 1 on the day. Romero at 70 pitches. Weaver at 69. And that's Fernandez charging that ground ball. He throws to McGriff, the first out recorded. Sam Weaver up. He's 0 for 1. No reason to pull him now. The pitcher is about to hit, yes. And that's a base hit to left, so Weaver aboard. He's now 3 for 7 on the year, if my math is correct. Back to the top of the order for the Phillies. Be their third time around. Abreu is 0 for 2. Grounder to Alomar. Can they turn the 4-6-3 double play? No, they just get the force at second. And there are 2 outs. Ashburn up again, 0 for 2 on the game. A throw to first, and Abreu is back. Wasn't planning on running him. And we'll see what happens here if Romero pitches. And he does, and that's a K, and Romero is up to 5. Such strikeouts in the game. We have played 5. It's 2-1 in favor of Philadelphia. Freddie McGriff up to lead off the 6th for Toronto. 0 for 1. And that's skied to right. Abreu coming in just a touch for the first out. Batista at the plate. 0 for 2. And that's a base hit to center. He stretches for 2, and he gets in with a double. Second double of the year for Batista. Vernon Wells in the game now at the plate. He is 0 for 2. Will pitch around and try to get a force at any base but home base. So now an interesting situation here for Toronto. See if they can get the tying run in. Kelly Gruber is 0 for 2. 1 out, top of the 6th. Hit well to left. Hit very well to left. It's a home run for Kelly Gruber, a 3-run home run. And they will round the bases 4-2 right now in favor of Toronto after that clout by Kelly Gruber. And let's see, how many is that for Gruber? That gives him now. He came into the game. Oh well. We'll figure it out later on. Pat Borders is 0 for 2. Weavers will stay in, but there could be a situation now you might want to pinch hit for him later. Romero, the pitcher, 0 for 2 today. And that's going to be 3-1 unassisted. 3-1 assisted, I'm sorry. So we have played 5.5. It is 4-2 in favor of Toronto. We'll see if that was Gruber's first or his second home run. We'll just take a look here. Oh, it was his first. Okay. First of the season. So Philly has work to do in the bottom of the sixth, trailing 4-2. Delahante is 1 for 2. Grounder up the middle. Fernandez. Does he make the throw in time? He does. Great play by Fernandez, and that probably turned a base hit into an out. Fox is 1 for 1. He can mash, and that's hit well to center, but Wells, with plenty of room, he makes the put out. 2 gone. That brings up Dick Allen, who is 0 for 2 today. I believe he has struck out twice. Base hit, left field. And Allen will stay at first. To bring up Chase Utley, who is 0 for 2 on the day. Romero is at 93 pitches, so might be a window of opportunity here for the Phillies. Throw to first, the runner is back. Here we go. That's Alomar throwing to McGriff for the third out. We go to the seventh. It's 4-2. Toronto leading. As I check my phone. Okay, we're ready to go. Alomar up for the fourth time in the game. It's Toronto batting fourth time through. It is 1 for 2 for Roberto. Little grounder in front of Boone. He throws to first to get the first out. Because where else would you throw to get the first out in this situation? Stewart is 1 for 3 on the day. And this is another dribbler, and it's a base hit. Poor play by Fox charging. They tried the bunt there, and it was successful. A bunt single for Shannon Stewart. Fernandez is 0 for 3. Grounder, Utley. And they get the 4-6-3 double play. They do. Stretch time in Philly. It's 4-2 Toronto. And back with you. Trying to find the mute button on my microphone, and I was not successful. Okay, folks. Growing pains. I just had this thing a little over an hour. Juiced is 1 for 2. We're in the bottom of the seventh, and Weaver is due up third. I probably will pinch hit for him. Skied to left. Stewart going back. It's gone. A home run for Eddie Juiced. And just like that, it's 4-3. Juiced rounds the bases, his second home run of the year. And Ray Boone is up for Philly. He is 0 for 2 this day. Again, I'm dickering around with my settings here on my phone, on my speaker. He hits it well to left, but Stewart will get to that for the first out. So it's going to be pinch hitter time for Weaver, trailing 4-3. Romero is a lefty, so we're looking for somebody who can hit a lefty. And we'll go Al Simmons to pinch hit.
Pitching for Toronto, Sean Camp. Pinch hitting for Philadelphia, Al Simmons.
So when they brought in Simmons, Toronto made a call to the bullpen and brought in Sean Camp. This will be his first work of the season. 65 and 2/3 inning pitched in his real life distributions here. He gave up 6 home runs. His whip is 1.401, and opponents hit 285 off of him. So kind of curious they would go here. And Delahante is in left field, so this probably just be a pinch hitting appearance for Simmons. Skied to left. Quickly going back Stewart. He makes a great catch, a web gem, and that's going to do it. No, it's not going to do it. There's only 2 outs. Bobby Abreu is 0 for 3. That's a grounder to right field, a base hit. Now, could Simmons play right field? No, he's a left fielder solely. So Richie Ashburn is 0 for 3. They'll throw it back and check off Abreu, but he's back in there safely. Ashburn 0 for 3, looking for his first hit. Fernandez had to go to his right. A long throw to first. He's safe. Ashburn is safe. So there are runners at first and second now with 2 outs for Ed Delahante, who is 1 for 3, I beg your pardon. Skied to center. Wells will make the play. Side retired. So, Philadelphia picking up a run in the 7th. We have played 7. 4-3 is your score. Now, what I want to do, hopefully the game will allow me to do it, is I want to bring in a pitcher. And let's see how. We have a lot of guys we could use. And let's see here. It's lefty, righty, righty. So I want to bring in a lefty. Steve Carlton we're going to use. We want Simmons to play left. Carlton will come in and pitch. Al Simmons will come on. No. I don't want that. I want Simmons to play left field. Oh, I made the double switch. I had
Pitching
trouble
for
with that
Philadelphia,
earlier.
Steve Carlton.
So Simmons is your new left fielder. He's a 7 and a 6 in left, and Steve Carlton will work to Fred McGriff, who is 0 for 2. Carlton is not a starter on this team. Abreu charging, but that's foul. In fact, let's look at Carlton's numbers. This is the first action he has seen. He is not in the rotation. So we're using him as a reliever. He is a 6 in terms of his defensive range. Not a great fielder at 895. McGriff fouls that one off. And the count now 0-2. Carlton dealing. Skied to left. Ashburn makes the play. That's how deep Philadelphia is pitching-wise. You got a Hall of Famer in Steve Carlton, or a Hall of Fame caliber pitcher. I think he is in. And he's on the bench, and he's not being used. Batista 1 for 3. Yeah, that's strike 3. Quickly 2 outs, and the Toronto 8. Here's Vernon Wells 0 for 2, and he pops this one up. And we'll see who gets this. Will it be juiced? Will it be Utley? It's juiced. And we head to the bottom of the 8th with your score. 4-3, Toronto leading. Jimmy Fox is 1 for 2 on the day. He could tie it up with a swing easy.
Strike 3.
That's strike 3, the first strikeout for Camp, and it'll be his only one because another call to the bullpen being made. It's Casey Janssen.
Pitching for Toronto, Casey Janssen.
He is seeing his first work here in HTBL season 1.1. Dick Allen 1 for 3.
Strike 3.
He struck out. That's going to bring up Chase Utley, who is 0 for 3 this day. That's hit well to right, but foul. Utley has not had a good season so far. His OPS way below what it should be in real life, 586. That's going to be a base hit. Base hit to right for Utley. Now, can we put in a pinch runner here for Utley, who could play second base? I'm going to put Jim Fogarty in to run.
Fogarty is the new runner at first.
Jim Fogarty, and he could play second, or if we bring somebody in who could play second, if his numbers isn't up to snuff. A good base runner. Eddie Juiced is 2 for 3. And they do a check on Fogarty. He is safe at first. So it's Janssen and Juiced. Well, not yet, because there was another throw to first base. We're going to do a hit and run here. Grounded foul. And the count now 2-2. Remember, we're in one pitch mode, so we advance in the count a little bit. There were pitches you didn't see. Juiced is still 2 for 3. Hit well to left. Stewart. Does Juiced have a second home run? He does. And the Phillies take the lead at 5-4. Juiced with his second home run of the game. And the little fella has made it a 5-4 Philly lead. And Boone now steps up. He is 0 for 3. And that's going to be a base hit, and that's going to bring up Al Simmons. A poor play by Batista in right field for the Jays. Simmons 0 for 1. And Boone out trying to advance to second on a steal. So we have played 8. It's 5-4. We could keep Fogarty in there, but I'm going to bring in a second baseman with better range. We're going to go Max Bishop. And he is a 7 second baseman. We're going to leave Carlton in. And he's going to face Kelly Gruber. Grounder. Juiced to Fox, 1 out, 6-3. Juiced probably a player of the game candidate for sure with those 2 home runs he has hit. Waters is 0 for 3. Grounder goes over to
Pitcher,
Fox for the
Casey,
second out.
Janssen.
Janssen up, but I imagine that Toronto will try a pinch hitter
Pinch hitting
here.
for Toronto, Moises, Sierra.
Moises Sierra, 0 for 2 this season. He hits .239. Not a good bunter, not a good hit and runner. To Carlton, over to Fox. Phillies win 5-4. Their final score. Was that a little whoop? There it is, I heard. Okay, so it was 5-4. Philadephia over Toronto. Weaver and Carlton. Carlton will get the win. Janssen will take the loss because he gave up the home run to Eddie Juiced. And Juiced was, in fact, our player of the game. Gruber went 1 for 4, hit a homer for a 3-run shot. That gave Toronto the lead. And Juiced is your star of the game for Philly, 3 for 4, 2 homers and 4 RBIs. So with that, Philadelphia moves to 7-3. Toronto falls back to 4-6 this season. Tomorrow we will have for you a game between San Francisco and Arizona. Let's see if I can come back on camera. Here I am. So I hope you enjoyed our game this morning between Philadelphia and Toronto. We will be back 1 o'clock tomorrow for San Francisco and Arizona. And we have some boxing for you a little later on. I don't know if I'm going to do that today or tomorrow. Probably going to be tonight at some point. So as I said, I hope you enjoyed today's presentation. I enjoyed doing it. And for now, this will be Big Pauly saying Godspeed and God bless. We'll do it all again soon. Bye-bye for now, everybody.